can't get any deader than that.
All right, it's 7:00.
Hit the mic symbol on the outside.
Oh, one of the dots.
Yeah, there you go.
It's 7:01 on September 8th. This is Town of Winchester Planning and Zoning Commission. We'll do a roll call starting on the left.
Rista Malaka.
Adam Quabaroli.
Peter Martian?
Board of Plat Chairman.
Charlene Lavoy?
John Cooney is absent and excused, so we'll seat Charlene for tonight.
And Scott did call in and let us know he would not be able to make it.
Okay, so he's absent and excused too. Agenda review, does anybody have anything you want to add or change? Is there any public comment to anything that's not on the agenda tonight? No? Okay. So the first thing is we'll open a public hearing for PZ 25-15, application Scott Davis, location 142 Main Street, proposal special permit to construct 2 residential units on the first floor of the former commercial space and residential units on the second floor for a total of 4 residential units. How you doing? Good. So, you spoke to us last time about what you want to do. Could you do it again tonight for us? Give us a quick run by.
Well, there's 2 apartments upstairs, and then the bottom, I guess, was still commercial, so I just wanted it to be 2 apartments downstairs. Then the person that's buying it's gonna be able to buy it as a 4-family. I mean, he's been waiting for a year, so.
All right. That's about all you want to tell me about? That's it? Okay.
I don't know what else you need.
Any comment from the board?
Well, looking at the staff report, I think it says prior to closing the hearing, commission should have a discussion about adding as a condition of approval the proper screening of the dumpster pad, including swinging gates to allow access to the dumpster and provide screening. So did you provide information to the land use staff about the dumpster screening?
Yeah, well, what they gave me, they said they just wanted screened around three sides. That's what they gave me on the,
And
on the
not-
requirement, yeah.
But you didn't update the site plan to reflect that yet, right?
No, it's, yeah, it's got 6 feet on 3 sides.
Oh,
Yes,
You installed it?
yes.
Jeff, have you had a chance to look at that?
I have, yeah, as a matter of fact, I took a handful of pictures of the site conditions. I did meet the property manager on site to just sort of walk through and point out some blighted conditions that should be addressed. I also discussed the dumpster enclosure that they started to work on, and some other conditions. So I can run through those photos for you, but it does actually require a gate on the front as well.
Well, because last time I was here, they told me the requirement was 3 sides, and then they said there was never something in the
Yeah,
statutes.
so after a deeper dive into the regulations in a different section, it does require, it does
See, they
speak
never
to.
gave me that.
Okay,
Because, I mean, everybody's been through there.
yeah.
I mean, 2 building inspectors, fire marshal.
Yep, that's not their bid,
housing.
that's
But I mean,
the zoning folks, so
okay.
that's our fault if we only brought up to 3 and didn't correct ourselves with the gate on the other side. However, the construction of the enclosure as it is now might need a little work anyway. I think that might be one of the conditions of approval tonight, but I don't want to speak for the commission.
Yeah, so it's something, and so I want to bring it up while the public hearing's open, so we can have that conversation, and you think it's something that maybe we can craft a condition for approval to address?
Yeah, I believe so.
So, I see marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parking spaces, and then the asphalt. The asphalt doesn't continue into the back. I'm going to refer to, I guess, back of the yard,
Yes.
behind the garage. Is that asphalt too?
Yes.
Okay, and that goes into the. Where is the entrance to the garage from the asphalt? Is that?
It's from the side. But nobody uses the garage.
The garage is in the back, per se.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
the
it's all, you know what they
asphalt
did,
goes around.
it's all storage in there,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then there's also asphalt on, I would say, that is the north side of the property in front of the garage.
Yeah, it's, well, on Walnut Street, it's, yeah, it's front of the house.
We got an asphalt pad that's sort of elevated, per se, right here. That's where your dumpster enclosure is.
There's a wall there.
There's a wall there,
Yep, the
upper
wall
level.
goes up.
Yeah.
And then there's also asphalt going all the way around here.
I know it, I know it goes all the way back.
Yeah.
I'm not, yeah, I guess it goes
And this,
back.
so this building was used for, as a restaurant prior, or?
Yeah, it used to be a restaurant and a bar upstairs.
So they were trying to maximize, I assume, parking across the whole.
Oh, yeah, I
site.
mean, even people parked in the street back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're intending to do is primarily just housing, right?
I mean, it is what?
Just housing.
Yes.
Is there a need for that additional asphalt in the back, or should we consider recovering some of that to green space for your tenants, the residents? It looks
I
like
mean-
the whole lot is almost impervious, except
Right.
for the front.
I mean, what they do is like, they do some of the, I know one of the tenants, he does some work back there on stuff.
Yeah. And
I
then
guess he collects metal or something.
what tends to happen with open impervious surfaces, people collect things and ends up long-term storage for whatever that doesn't drive anymore, or just, yeah, there you go.
The picture of the
Pictures
car.
of,
The
the-
car
I
on the
thought I
side
saw a
of the
picture of
building.
a camper too.
That should be removed from that.
Okay.
Is that an unregistered car? It doesn't have a license plate on the front, but.
So my question is, does all this asphalt serve a purpose anymore? Is it degraded to the point where we would be better served?
Where's this car?
For open
Scott, that's on
green
the side of the
Right next to the
garage.
garage.
Next to the
Over
garage.
here?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right here.
It's right here?
You probably didn't even know it was back there.
Wow.
It's funny, I went around the whole property too. Well, I didn't go back
Yeah,
in there.
that's right next, that's the garage. So it's right along here, right at the back of the property.
Yeah, okay. You have to go look at it.
We're not changing this, right, we're just, the request is just to expand the use for additional,
Well, it'd be removing the commercial use
yep.
and making it all a four-family residential only, based on the application.
And that pavement in the back by the garage, is that being used? Is that something you would consider removing?
No, I didn't consider removing it, no.
Yeah.
And that,
Does it exceed impervious coverage for this,
I don't know.
does it?
It's
It
existing.
might, but the nature of the application with no site work being done per se, there's not really an opportunity to ask, well, you could ask, but to require a reduction is not there.
because we're also not changing the use, it's just expanding. the
Well,
existing-
commercial to all residential, but, you know, no structural changes, no hardscaping
No
changes,
addition
anything
to the
like
building.
that. Right.
And the residential is permitted in the town center?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
I think there might be a greater opportunity for improvement with the new owner that's coming in.
Yeah.
Presumably gonna be doing some cleanup work and so on and so forth. So,
Yeah, because he's got other property in town. And he's got a crew too, so.
And we have enough spaces to serve the four, obviously you got enough there, I think it's 1.5 per dwelling unit. So you got six.
yeah, so you see the striped parking there in yellow. I assume you're looking at the same site plan. And in addition to that, there's even, you know, more unstriped parking available above where the dumpster enclosure is. And currently, there's a camper and a truck parked, and some other bulky materials.
Yeah, he's selling that,
Yeah, we're getting there.
I hope.
Anything left to that brick patio?
Oh, yeah, that's still all there, yeah. That's where they used to sit
Yeah.
and eat, yeah.
So-
Well, it's the same
I've
as.
been there when it was Jesse's,
Right.
right? So,
So that fence.
Yeah,
around-
I only had the building. I never participated in anything else. Actually, I didn't even participate in the building, when I think about it.
So your fence that's around the patio is in pretty sad shape. And I think that's gonna be one of our conditions tonight, probably, we're gonna ask for. Because it's basically falling down, you wanna look at it?
So, I think looking at these pictures, I mean, typically on Main Street, I would be very hesitant to allow residential on the first floor. We really want commercial spaces on the first floor. In this situation, it really does look more like a house. It's set back from the road. It's a little different than the rest of Main Street. So I think that the use might be okay, but being that it is on Main Street, I think a condition would be to, and we can call out some of them, but any blighted conditions need to be removed. In order for that to move forward, because it is like
It's
right
right there
on
on
Main
Main
Street, right, prime location. In my opinion, suitable for residential, but, you
well,
know,
it was,
should be-
it was originally residential.
Yeah,
But,
it's different to me than, you know, some other
The commercial
storefront,
stuff.
ground floor
yeah,
type Main Street, but we do want it to look nice. We do want our Main Street to be cleaned up. So any blighted conditions that Jeff may have, the fence, unregistered cars, you know, the dumpster enclosure, I think need to be corrected.
That's a good segue. We could run through these photos if you like. I didn't get a chance to type up my list of conditions, but this must be the brick patio that Charlene was inquiring about, still here on the side of the property. The interior view really paints a better picture of the state of the fence, as you can see around here. I'll just take it through the top in no particular order. If one of the conditions ends up being to remove all vestiges of the commercial business, the little barber pole back here is still there for no good reason. On the front, you've got your posts from the sign, which has been taken down, but the posts themselves should probably be removed. The awning could be reconstructed if you want to keep it there, but in this state, it would need to come down or be redone. Hard to show in the picture here, but you do have some growth in the gutters coming up that should be addressed. Just another view of the fence, nothing big there. This is actually a view into the back of the property from the parking lot at the old Morsel Monk, the new Lotus Nail Salon. So you see the fencing stops, and now you can see in just some scrap metal piles, like Scott mentioned. One of his tenants there does some scrapping. You look further to the right in that area, you find the car, which hasn't moved in some time. This will need to be removed. The roof of the garage is not in great shape. You've got plenty of growth on there as well. But again, you know, these are conditions that I wanted to get on a friendly, so some could get addressed now, but the owner also knows, the buyer knows coming in what's expected of him.
So, these basically, you're showing us blight conditions.
Yeah.
So can we put that in our approval just to satisfy your blight conditions per, or do we have to spell them all, each individual one out?
I think let me go regular order of business with the blight letter. It'll all be addressed through that one way or the other. I wouldn't want to bog down your conditional approval too much with that because it's got its own avenue. But certainly the commercial things that remain, I think that's appropriate for you to address.
Yep.
maybe the fence, that's sort of on the border, but we're gonna get it addressed one way or another.
Now, go back to the front view of where the sign was and the awning.
Sure.
So to the, maybe you had another view, it showed the porch more.
This one here?
So that porch, that got enclosed for the restaurant. So is that living space now?
Yes,
Or it is? So that was converted to living space,
yes.
okay. So,
Winterized, I mean, there's no basement there.
there's no basement under it or anything, is that something that, is that allowed, first of all?
That might be more of a building official question. I'm not sure. I can tell you when I was on the grounds today, I poked underneath here because the lattice gate was open. So there is no foundation under there. It's, you know,
No, it's just
open.
pure.
Yeah.
I mean, that used to be dining area when it was a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
and the windows were open, and it was really a neat place to go.
Yeah.
But I'm just a little concerned that that's been converted to living space without being properly converted.
Oh, well, permits, building permits have all been pulled, everything has been inspected. While some of this work predates the permits, it's all been inspected now and deemed appropriate and acceptable. So
Okay.
I can tell you that
Okay.
much. I
Well,
don't know
yeah.
the particulars of it, but.
I did check with the fire marshal, there was no code violations as far as the fire marshal's concerned either, at present.
All right. Let's see your list. So we're thinking about removing all the exterior restaurant, commercial equipment that's on the outside. Replace dumpster enclosure, remove unregistered vehicles. Replace deteriorating fence that's falling down now.
Well, the way I write it is a remove or replace because they don't have to have the fence,
Okay.
right? So
So
that's
do you,
option. Again, that could be in the blight letter rather than the conditional approval, but however you want to do it.
so what's the board's feeling on that? Why, we're still in an open public hearing here.
I
Should
just-
tear it down, required to be replaced?
Well, I think if we, I think to Jeff's point, conditioning it and all the things might bog it down, but I do think we want this site plan,
The site plan shows the
to-
fence.
Well, not the site plan, right, so we have to address that. With the special exception approval to be conditioned on all violations being remediated. And then you don't get a CO until those are done, 'cause- right, so, and it doesn't hold up the approval, allows you to move forward with the use, but making sure that that site gets cleaned up. So I don't necessarily have a preference if the fence gets put back or taken down, because the whole site will be cleaned up, all that junk will be, right, and so, but what I was reading to see is if we had a condition for violations.
Well, even if that isn't tied to this action, his office will continue forward with the blight ordinance, right? I mean, so, we don't, I mean, that's not something we usually do, I mean,
No.
so, he's,
So we can make our approval
yeah, his
subject
office
to
is
the
aware of it,
satisfaction
yeah,
or the
Couple of
correction of
those
the blight
things.
issues.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna get handled.
yeah, and then
So-
you enforce it that way.
But you're not, your blight won't require the removal of all the existing commercial fixtures, or would it?
No, that I
We'll
think
put
is a
that-
good
yeah.
condition of your
That
approval
little
Okay.
list
because
that you
Alright,
have
we'll
over
do that.
there.
they don't technically fall into blight with the exception of maybe the awning
What happens
skeleton.
quicker, if we put conditions on it, or if we wait for the blight to get done? Because the blight can take a year or more.
Well, it could, but in this case, we have a willing seller and a willing buyer who all
Okay.
benefit from
Well,
clearing
we're
it
only
up.
hearing from the seller, not the buyer.
Oh, true.
Okay.
He'll be willing once I
Whatever.
get him, but, yeah,
All we're hearing is one side at this point.
true.
And if we don't put conditions, we're stuck with it. So,
Yeah.
that's my argument.
Like I said, it doesn't matter to me, because
Right.
it's gonna get hit on one way or the other.
So, if I remember correctly here, you said there's already 4 units in there, they're just not permitted.
Right, from a zoning standpoint.
From the zoning
Yes.
standpoint, there's already 4 units, they're not permitted. Are they rented now?
No, it's been like that for, I don't know, at least 10 years,
For the 4
probably
units?
more. I don't know what happened. They went down and they had the top approved, then they went down and had the bottom approved, and I don't know what, I guess Town Records had it one way for one part, and the other part of the town had it, no, it wasn't. I wasn't really involved, so I don't know what happened back then. But I mean, they've had I'm gonna say the 4 units like that, probably about 10 years.
But there's no existing CO on the place. Is there an
Well,
existing-
those units were converted without permits, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Were the upstairs permit, the upstairs were, oh,
Those-
that was a restaurant up there too.
Yeah,
The
they
whole
were-
place,
that was
yeah,
a
yeah,
bar
the bar
up
was
there.
upstairs, right.
Yeah.
So were any
No,
of
that
those?
that was okay, yeah, the 2 upstairs were okay. It's the ones on the bottom, I guess, that's gotta be approved.
Right, okay, okay.
Anybody else got any questions? Any questions from the audience? Comments? Come on up. You don't usually sit on that chair, on that side.
I'm Linda Grappo, 18 Cherry Street. I speak this evening as a resident and taxpayer, not as a member of any board or commission. I'm here this evening to voice my strong opposition to the special permit request for 142 Main Street, which would convert the former commercial space into 2 residential units on the first floor and 2 more on the second floor for a total of 4 residential units. I'm still very confused as to what will the total number of residential units be at 142 Main Street? 2, 4, or 6?
4.
I understand that 142 has been for sale for over a decade, but before moving to approve this change, I must ask, have all avenues been explored? Have incentives, grants, or loan programs been considered to encourage reinvestment into this property for commercial use? As you weigh your decision, I urge you to keep our town plan for conservation and development at the forefront. 142 Main is located at the entrance and exit of our downtown business district. And it's the first and last impression people see when entering and leaving our town. This is critical gateway property, and what happens here speaks volumes about our vision for our Winston. Your POCD emphasizes, quote, smart growth principles and the green print approach, protecting community character, guiding future growth, and supporting community facilities, unquote. By adding yet another multi-family building in our business district, we move away from revitalization closer to oversaturation. The data is stated in your POCD. 44% of our housing stock is multi-family. Of that, 65% is concentrated in the downtown business area. The town POCD explicitly warns of an overconcentration of rental units and the challenges with upkeep. Just look at the neighborhood in this 142 to 174 Main Street block. What we need is not more apartments, but some stability. We need property owners and landlords who are invested in our community, who live here, who take some pride, and who contribute to its long-term strength. Your POCD sets forth a clear vision, quote, "Downtown should be anchored by an expanded professional and service presence, businesses that add to the tax base, provide jobs, goods and services. 2 more apartments, 4 more apartments will not achieve that." Some members on this board will remember a recent example in September 2021. A similar request was made across the street at 175 Main Street. Their special permit was a request to convert commercial space into multi-residential units. That special permit was denied. Today, that property thrives as a business, adding value, strengthening the tax base, and enhancing our community.
What is that property?
It's the sandwich shop
Oh, yeah,
next to
yeah.
Nulles.
Okay.
142 Main can follow that same path if we remain committed to the plan. If this special permit is approved, our POCD becomes nothing more than words on paper. But if you uphold the vision, it remains the living guiding framework that it was designed to be. I respectfully ask that you deny this request and act in the best interest of our Winsted, keeping our shared vision for conservation, development, and a vibrant downtown alive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeff, can you pull up the vision appraisal on that property? Is that currently being taxed as 2-family, 4-family, 1-family?
Yeah.
Offline for update.
Maybe
Oops.
not, hold. Let's see.
No, geez.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of where Rista was going, that Linda's argument. And I have to say, I mean, she's right in terms of all of her references to the POCD. And I think there's just one little curlicue, Linda, and that is that house is was a historic residence, and it is kind of set up on the hill there, and geez, kind of falls into a weird little. I mean, what kind of commercial space could you have there? It's
I know, and I tried for a while I left it commercial, but nobody stayed there. I couldn't get anybody to go in there.
yeah, because it's a house.
Right.
I mean, the restaurant, that was,
I thought I was gonna have a chance for when they built the medical center for a doctor's office, and they looked at it, but, you know, there was no takers for that.
too much work for that purpose, yeah. But, I mean, what would we end up seeing happen there, Linda, that they'd have to raise the building to use the business property?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess
Because it is
Well-
right on the corner of Walnut, I mean, a residential neighborhood there is
I'll tell you,
a,
the parking was a problem too.
yeah,
For
yeah,
commercial.
right, of course.
I guess because it was a successful business place, and the way that it looks now, and that whole area is so blighted, I'm just afraid what will happen, especially.
Yeah, I
with the
understand.
landlords.
Yeah, I understand I know what you're saying.
Well, I think.
Jeff's getting on the blight thing though, pretty heavy in this town, but,
But I think that's kind of where I was going with the conditions of approval. I think that is an older building, it's really the character of, you know, our town, it's gonna be very difficult to find commercial space, it doesn't lend itself to it.
yeah,
I know Jesse's was, but that's been
decades.
20 years
Right.
or more.
Right.
Right? I think having housing downtown is important, as long as it's quality housing, and, you know, people wanna live near, you know, things that are happening and vibrant, we need higher quality housing. But it can't look like this. I think that's, you
Right.
know, I drive
No,
by,
it can't look like
and
this.
if it's going to be residential, it has to be
Perked
not,
up.
it has to be nice residential, it has to be cleaned up, it has to look nice. Somebody has to drive by and say, I wanna live there.
Right.
You know, and that's where I think is part of a condition of this approval, to allow it to stay residential, to remain the facade of the building as the old historic building that it is. You know, I think there's, could be an argument where this is very different than what now it's a sandwich shop, which was a very commercial storefront, which is right on the sidewalk. You know, it's a very different type of building, but to just allow junk cars and, you know, air conditioning and things fall, you know,
Yeah.
stuff in the gutters, that's, you know, it needs to be cleaned up, it needs to be restored to some of its, you know, natural facade, and then brought to the, you know, a higher standard to do that. And I think somehow in our conditions, you know, not to get into the blight, let Jeff handle the blight, but say that it can't, you know, we're not gonna issue a CO for those until it's cleaned up. That gives a little more teeth to what Jeff is trying to do and put the time frame. And if it doesn't get done, it doesn't get to be residential.
But some of my issue right now is it's four units being rented, and it's not zoned for that.
Which means it
I mean,
doesn't
they're
have
not
a
even
CO.
really permitted for that. That's why I wanna know what the taxes were, if they were taxing for four, or they just, it's not being taxed for four. Because the town recognized that it was 4 units.
I'm almost certain that the assessor still had it as commercial on the bottom and the 2 units above.
So they were just sliding through. Okay. Anybody else have anything?
I mean, so as the current property owner, what are your thoughts on cleaning it up and the type of rental you're looking to do and have there? How many bedrooms are each unit?
There's, on this Walnut side, there's 2 one-bedrooms. Then on the other side, it's, I'm guessing on this, I think there's 2 bedrooms upstairs and 3 downstairs, on the downstairs part.
So you have a 3-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, and 2 one-bedrooms?
I just checked it again. I
Still
just-
down?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know it wasn't 4 units until the bank, you know, when they wanted to prove it for the bank, the guy went down there and saw it. He went back to the person that was buying it and said it's not 4 units. That's the only time I knew it wasn't.
Has the housing inspector been down there? Ever?
Yes. No, he just went, like.
Everyone's been there lately.
Right, yeah, everybody.
Yeah, okay.
What might have
No,
happened
he
in the
just-
past, I couldn't
He just
tell
went
you.
down, was maybe like 10 days ago or so, something like that, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
And he just said 2 things had to be, he wanted another outlet and some skim coating down.
So if he's granted the approval and it is a 4-unit property, it will be regularly inspected, both housing and fire, because it meets that level. Back when it was 2 residential
understand,
units,
right.
it should have been getting inspected anyhow because of the mixed use with the
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
But I don't have my time machine.
Yeah. So it's really, the question is, how far can this commission go in putting those kinds of conditions on it? Like cleaning up the gutters and stuff like that? Can we do
I
that?
think that comes under Jeff's blight.
That's right. So can we even say those things?
Well, I think we can. I think we
Yeah.
can say that
I
as
s-
part of a condition of
We have in the
approval,
past.
any other violations, blight or zoning need to be remediated before a CO is issued.
Before he gets granted the approval for the 4-family, the blight conditions must be met.
Okay,
Not
so,
specify what those blight conditions are.
yeah.
but-
So before we can approve the zone change, we can make it conditioned
No,
No, it's not a zone
approve the
change, it's a
special
use change.
exception
Oh, right,
It's a
it's not a
special
zone
permit.
change,
Yeah.
right?
with a condition.
Yeah.
So are your blight conditions, are they spelled out now? Have you got a letter or something?
Here we go. What's-
Nope.
Well, like I said at the beginning, I haven't had a chance to type them out yet, but all the pictures that we've cycled through, each one represents at least one issue that I'm gonna be listing there. And Scott, I am gonna ask you for, contact information for the buyer too.
Right, so what
'cause
did
this
you
is gonna
want
be
on that?
a group.
I want to know if
Oh,
it was being
sure.
taxed with two-family or four-family, or
okay.
two-family with commercial
You're
use.
probably gonna see it, but,
Well,
stories,
seeing-
too.
I didn't bring my phone, but I got his number
Yeah,
on my
that's-
phone.
yeah, I'll
No,
get it from you.
it's up now. The assessor's page is up.
I
I'm
mean,
looking at
seeing,
the,
Scott brought up, you know, you got two one-bedrooms, you got a three-bedroom there, so there's obviously gonna be some kids in one of the rentals. You're talking about just saying remove the fence. You've got a 2+ foot drop-off from the property into the adjoining parking lot. There should be a fence there, because if there's gonna be kids in that
residential,
yard,
commercial,
there needs to be a
MDL,
fence
MDL 94.
when they're playing out in that yard. So they're either not going into Main Street, or they're not going into, falling off into that parking
Says
lot.
apartment
So
over 4
that's my
MDL
opinion.
94.
That's assessor talk, I'm not sure, I think there's a code here.
Yeah, apartment over 4 MDL. What is? Under use code 3070.
Yeah, I see it.
Residential com MDL 94.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't tell us what the real definition is, but you have both residential and commercial in the term
Alright.
itself, so it was still a mix.
So,
But I don't think it's, I think it's apartment.
It'll tell you how many units.
It doesn't, it says apartment over 4 MDL. And it doesn't, so,
Yeah. So this will eventually get cleaned up to match your
they obviously
approval
were
should
in
you
there
give
doing
it.
it without any approval, so they
Yeah.
just made it into a 2 or 4, yeah, building use. Total rooms 10, total bedrooms 2, total baths 2. So now you have 4 bathrooms in there, right? It says 2 on the assessor's card, 2 bathrooms.
no, okay, so that, it's being assessed at 2 units.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Total
Alright.
bedrooms 2, total baths 2.
That'll get cleaned up with the assessor's office too. The land use office has been working with them on a few different problem properties to match reality and assessor information.
So my only thoughts, really worries are that if we require the blight conditions to be corrected before it gets approved as a 4-family, that we don't have the blight conditions
Spelled
listed
out.
yet, spelled out. So should we,
Put off the approval until he comes back the next
Yeah.
meeting with the list.
yeah,
Yeah.
what do you guys think?
Well,
I mean, it's a tricky property because it was a multi-family, it was a resident turned into a business. Now it's back to residence. It's got not approval for some of the residents that are there. So we need to get it cleaned up because the dumpster faces the church and faces the street, and the dumpster should be fenced on 4 sides with the gates. The blight conditions need to be addressed, but I think we need to have a list of the blight conditions before we, because we're gonna just say all blight conditions, and then somebody can say, well, that wasn't there.
Yeah, I get your point. Those conditions are always a snapshot in time anyhow.
Right.
That
you
could
know,
change tomorrow.
Right, could be
No.
better, could be worse.
Pile of brush that was there can be gone tomorrow, the pile of metal can be gone the next day.
Exactly.
The car could be gone.
Yeah.
It's,
I did intend to have a full list for you, but I had another
I mean,
meeting
I
prior to
think-
this meeting.
I think these conditions that, you know, we've brought up and suggested, I think they're reasonable, and if we, you know, do approve those conditions, it's gonna protect the town and clean up the property and let Jeff deal with the other blight conditions that may appear as they appear or disappear. So, I don't know. because we usually don't get involved in the blight enforcement stuff, you know, unless it's really drastic.
So, we were saying we should, they should replace the fence to keep the,
That's my personal opinion. I don't know about the rest of the commission, but I mean, you look at a 3-bedroom apartment, there's gonna be kids there.
right.
Do you want kids playing in, the only yard to play in is to the side, and you got a 2
And
foot,
it's obvious now from the pictures that the tenants are using it.
and you're gonna have kids falling off that wall into the paved parking lot next door, or you're gonna have toys or something going out onto Main Street. You know, you gotta look at the safety aspect of it too.
All right. So what's the board, do we close the public hearing and vote on this, or do we keep the public hearing open for
So the one
blight?
question I have for you is, I know you were looking for us to move this public hearing up earlier than we even had it. Is there a sale pending, and if approval of this, would that stop the sale, or?
Well, yeah, he's not gonna buy it, because he can't. Because the bank's not gonna approve it with 2 units in commercial on the bottom. That's what stopped it the first time, but last October.
The bank said they wouldn't approve the loan
Yeah.
with commercial on the bottom?
Yep,
Yeah, that's typical.
yeah.
Okay,
They wanted,
Type of
they wanted,
mortgage.
yeah.
because it was basically 2 upstairs and 1 unit downstairs. They're actually married, but they wanted it separate.
Right.
But to have 4 units, I had to just wall it off. And then, I mean, that's the only way the bank was gonna approve the loan. You know, it comes down to the income.
It's a tough decision. One way we get to clean up the blight that's existing on Main Street. And then, otherwise it can just sit there and continue on until something happens.
But Rissa's question was, you're Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Was that, is this immediate, like this week? Can we hold this over till we get what we're asking for from Jeff? Or is this, like, you got a closing scheduled next Wednesday or something?
Oh, no, I just gotta tell him that it's either approved or not, that then he can start with the bank and the appraiser comes up.
Oh, I see. So you don't have you don't have a sale.
Well-
Yeah, I got it.
Well, no, we
Okay.
agreed on a price and everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
We agreed on it last October. But that's what I'm saying, I didn't realize that because I wasn't really involved with the building, other people,
You didn't realize that it was not legal.
well, they told me it was inspected on the bottom and everything was done, years ago, because
Mhm.
it's been rented that way.
Okay.
But, I mean, I ended up, there was 4 of us at the beginning, back in '82. And now I ended up with it since 2019. That's when I owned all of it. But I'm not here.
Would you be able to take care of, how quick would you be able to take care of any of these blighted conditions?
What's that again?
How quick would you be able to take care of any of these
Well,
blighted?
every time they give me a list, we've done it, immediately. So I just gotta see how fast these people can come up. I mean, whatever you tell me to do, I'm gonna do.
So.
Because
okay.
everyone that's come through has given me a list, and we've done it. It's just lucky, I mean, the
I
people,
mean, so do you understand where we're coming from with the
Oh, yeah.
property, and you understand what we're trying to get to?
well, that's why, the reason why I wanted to sell it, because this guy's gonna take care of it. I mean, he's got other properties here. He's got a whole crew that does everything. I don't have that.
Oh, I see. So, I see. Huh.
Oh, no, I think he's gonna go up and redo some of the apartments, yeah.
I do, I mean, I'm just gonna, I do think, I wish I thought to do this before, but, I do think we can make a condition that the approval is contingent upon
Complying
remediation
with-
of other violations.
Complying with other blight violations
Yeah.
and ordinances, yeah.
I think that we, like, leave it broad enough and just,
Yeah,
I
that's
think-
good, that's good, right like that. And then we don't need the list immediately.
been staring at this, and I think the building's suitable for residential, like, it's been proven suitable for commercial as well. But right now, it's like a hybrid of two. It's not even that, it's not even functioning well as a hybrid.
Right.
I look at it, and I can't tell what it's doing, right? And I'm uncomfortable voting yes. And maybe it would require more time for me to think about, like, if this is gonna be residential, it should look residential, and it should function like a residential building. Provide space for your tenants to enjoy or at least be in the yard. I don't see a yard. I see a frontage to Main Street that's non-suitable for anything, right? I don't even know if you could drive a lawnmower. Probably can. But I see a brick patio where they can enjoy some time outside. But the rest of the lot is either impervious coverage with broken asphalt, so be it, that's the condition. But non-functioning usage. I'd like to see, if it's gonna be impervious, what's its function? Is it a function to serve as like the walk to the back step in the apartment, right? And so where I was going with is, maybe we're not changing usage, but we're expanding usage from two-family commercial. Commercial demanded the increased coverage, impervious coverage for more parking, right? But residential doesn't demand that much parking, they demand more open space, and serve as a residential yard. And if it's pervious coverage, I'm gonna try to lean on that and see if, as a condition of approval, that you remove some of the impervious coverage and reopen some of the space that's to greenage. So that's where I'm at, like, I'm not gonna vote yes, I don't think, I'm abstaining on this one, if we're voting this week. And I'm gonna leave it another week to figure out if I can drive the yard to serve as a residential usage, I'm gonna try to do that. I mean, that's where I'm coming from. I don't know if,
Do you have
how
some more
everyone else
pictures
feels.
of the yard where the car was and stuff?
I do.
We've held up permits in the past, special permits, for issues to be addressed, whether they are blight.
So,
Okay, so here you've got the courtyard brick. We lost this one. Which is by and large fenced in. The house would be, the structure would be to your right-hand side of this photo. To Adam's point, so beyond this pop-up skeleton and the fence here is that patio, and you've got all this pavement back here, which leads you to the garage, which isn't being used for parking. In addition to the side of the garage where we saw the Volkswagen before. The garage itself is in rough shape too. I'm hoping to have a conversation with the prospective buyer about all this stuff to see what his plans are. If the garage is gonna come down, maybe the garage and the asphalt could also come up and provide a backyard for the recreation space that you're talking about. But I just caution you, I don't think you can force that. And what I was doing before I pulled the pictures back up was just looking at the impervious coverage in town center, which is what this
70%?
is, and they're allowed, so, yeah, okay, to make things even more interesting. Impervious surface coverage is not listed in town center, but building coverage is.
Yeah. Minimum
So there
building.
might be a different way to skin that cat, but I think a conversation with the buyer could maybe get us to where we wanna be, or find out he's not interested in that.
Yeah.
So if it is the pleasure to not vote tonight, I can make that contact, get an idea of what his plans are, and go over the blight list with him as well as Scott, and, you know, we could report back.
Well, the blight's a current condition, can act upon immediately, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But I do think we could, I mean, so he's not proposing any changes, so I think we could say, you know, it's pre-existing non-conforming,
Mhm.
you know, we can't have him change, but since he's coming in for a special exception, which does require a site plan for us to look at, saying that, the suitable location for use, and appropriate improvements, whether the site improvements associated with the proposed development, location of the building and activities, design of buildings, extent of landscaping will be attractive and suitable in relation to the site and the existing and probable future character of the neighborhood. I think we can say, you know, if you, I think to, Ms. Grappo's point, it's Main Street, we want commercial activities. And it was set up to be commercial with parking and more pavement style, kind of that front looking. But if you want us to consider it to be residential, what is the benefits of us doing that? Making it look like a residential lot, preserving the facade of the historic building, you know, and those are the things I think we would want to see for it to be residential.
Yeah, making it look and function as a residence.
You can't have the best of both worlds, or you keep it as a commercial lot, fully paved with parking, in a garage, and a big dumpster, and then ask for it to be residential.
Right.
I think Adam brings up a good point, and I think that under our special permit regulations, we can ask for appropriate improvements. But because it's non-conforming, maybe it doesn't have to meet exactly, we can maybe have some.
But how are we gonna set those tonight?
I don't think, well, I don't think.
Those appropriate conditions, yeah.
I think if you're amenable, I think it would be most suitable for us to continue the public hearing, take this back and come back with some revisions.
Do you have a picture of the dumpster?
Yeah.
Better one than I had.
Are you saying the dumpster was commercial or?
What I'm saying is,
No, because they made, there was never.
no, I know you need to have a dumpster, I
Okay, that's what I
understand,
mean.
I
They
know
made
you
me
need to have a
go for
dumpster,
Yeah.
because it's
one
four,
would
or
be
you could have 4 toters
So-
or whatever.
No,
There
they
you go.
didn't give me that choice. They said, because it's 4-family, I have to put a dumpster in there.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they gave me. That's why I have that dumpster. I would've never did it.
I would say, I don't know if that's in the regs, I'd have to research it, I didn't tell you that, but
No,
I
you-
think a
right.
dumpster is probably more appropriate. We have some problem properties on Main Street right now that the toters stay on the road well past when they should.
For 2 days or
Uh,
more,
yep.
on the sidewalks. Yep.
Well, but then it
dumpster
should be
doesn't
in the
allow
right
for that.
location, fenced appropriately. But my point is, there's a reason that residential on the first floor is a special exception in the downtown center zone, right? Because we want commercial in our town center. This is kind of a unique property, and I think there might be some benefit to allowing you to be residential, but it then needs to, Adam's point, needs to look residential.
So where the dumpster is now, there's a truck and a camper there. Those are tenants' vehicles?
Yes.
All right. So possibility we could move one of your parking spots up to there and actually reduce some of the impervious, because as it looks in that picture, you've got the 6 spots at the house. You don't count that up there as being parking. That's not
Yeah, they
listed.
got- Right.
It's not listed as being parking, so it could be argued later on that that's not parking. So if it's gonna be, if you're using that as parking, then that can count as a spot down around the house that we could eliminate.
Yeah, I
And,
don't know why he didn't, because when he did the site, he told me that, like, we had 6, and he goes, you got 2 more up top.
2 more on top. So that your site plan should show the 2 on top, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't do that. Because that's what he even said, you have more than enough. You needed 6.
And I
He
would,
goes,
yeah,
I had 8.
would like to see more parking up there and less along the road frontage.
Yeah, so you don't back out the road.
Well, you're gonna back out either way, probably. Hold on.
I think we're all pretty much torn on this.
I think, yeah, I think we're all pretty much on the same page, you know, we,
Try to get there.
yeah, we want to see something happen there, we wanna work with you, we wanna see that cleaned up.
Well, I mean, you know, if you give me the list, I mean, like, like they've all done. I mean, I've had 4
Yeah.
different lists, so
So-
I do
so-
it immediately.
So I think if we postponed or kept the public hearing open for 2 weeks, right? We just have 2 weeks, work with Jeff, and then we'll figure, try to get some of those blight conditions taken care of, some adjustments to the site plan so it looks a little bit more residential, and then come back with either the improvements, the violations remediated, and actual conditions of approval to get us to where we need to go.
Are you sticking around for a little while, or are you heading right back down?
Well, it depends what happened here.
Good answer.
I mean, I might, well, no, I mean, I gotta go back pretty soon, because I was waiting for a part on my car, so I had to, they gave me another car to take up here, but I can't keep it forever now.
Okay.
I gotta go back down and get my own car back.
Right. Might we be able to meet on site there tomorrow?
Sure,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, I'll be in touch in
All
the
right. Yeah,
morning.
just- and then, I mean, you just gotta tell me what you guys need, that it'll be approved.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what you guys tell me to do, I mean,
We understand where you're at, but we need this to be more residential
I know, I
than
understand,
commercial.
yeah.
And right now, you've got a commercial property that was completely asphalted over and the use of parking. And the patio was part of the restaurant where they used that. So,
I mean, I don't mind some of the patio as long as it's cleaned up and looks nice.
oh, right, the patio's great. I mean, it's even got it shows a fence around it.
Yeah.
So, maybe there's a way to remove some of the impervious surfaces there.
See, the thing is though, is that he doesn't want to do all that. He wants to sell this place and let the new buyer do all that, right?
Right, unless we
I
put
mean,
the condition.
I'm gonna do what I
And the
need
new
to-
buyer can't buy it until he
Right,
gets a,
that's what I mean, I gotta have it approved.
Right.
we
So-
gotta,
so
So I gotta,
yeah, we
So I
gotta.
think there's some really quick
I mean,
wins.
I've already done quite a bit of things, but, you know.
I think there's some really quick wins that can be done to remediate some of these things, that won't cost a lot of money, that can be done quick. Some of the bigger ones, I think, Jeff, you can, figure out what the new property owner's goal is. Is it remove the garage, is it like, what is that? We can document that to make it part of a condition of approval, but to just kind of do it on the fly tonight is a little harder. But I think this conversation is good, so you know where we're headed, and we can come back with a path forward for you all in 2 weeks.
Nine AM tomorrow work for you?
Yeah, no, that's all right, yeah.
Would you, maybe call the buyer, see if he wants to meet us as well?
Yeah, I'll try to get a hold of him and see what he's doing.
I know you can't guarantee it, but
Yeah.
it might behoove everyone to get us all there at the
Or I
same
can
time.
see if there's a day this week he can show up. Maybe I can ask him that.
Okay. It'll be either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm off Thursday and Friday.
Okay. I'll tell him that either one. Then.
Okay.
No, it's not too bad. I scheduled some work up here, so
Yeah, okay,
I'm
good.
doing that too.
Yeah.
No matter
I
what,
did-
we
that's
got-
what I did all day
we
today.
approve it, we've gotta put conditions on it, because
No,
whoever
I mean,
buys
most
it
of my-
has gotta go
I mean,
by
I've
those
done the
conditions.
tax.
Yeah.
You know, I do
We
taxes.
can't
so
trust what he's gonna do.
all my clients are here. Oh,
Exactly.
We gotta have the conditions on our.
I know, but that's why I think we need,
I mean, I went to school.
instead of trying to potchkey conditions tonight, he's gotta provide us with
Right,
that,
Yeah.
but
Green space
which
here.
You know,
should
like
have
Pete's getting too old.
been
to
done,
take care
but.
of.
Yeah, he was excited to
yeah, no, he
offload it
doesn't-
too.
Everybody satisfied here for tonight?
that's our next meeting, today's,
Yeah, so we're gonna motion to continue the public hearing?
Okay.
Second,
Yep.
All in favor?
that'll be the 22nd. 2 weeks, yep.
So you're gonna give me tomorrow everything I gotta do?
Yeah, we're gonna meet on site.
But that's gonna satisfy all of them too? or-
Well,
I just want to
Yeah,
make
oh,
sure.
right.
I'm gonna give you a comprehensive blight list, and then we're gonna talk about ideas on making it more residential looking while we're there.
Can you join them? No?
No, I can't,
Oh,
because
it's okay.
I'm gonna be here all day, the emergency state exercise all morning.
Is that
with
tomorrow?
Steve Williams, that's tomorrow morning, right here. So,
I think you got it, Jeff, or if you have questions, we can talk after.
All right.
We'll get this.
Yeah, as long as you just tell me, you know.
Oh, you'll get a list.
All right. No, because when the building inspector came down, he gave me a list, I did it all, and then another building inspector, he gave me another list.
That was all inside, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I thought I did it, but then the other guy
Yeah,
came
right.
down,
Well,
and now
there's
here's another list.
building and then
for-
there's fire. and
Well,
they're
no,
different.
there's two different,
Oh, you got,
because he was, yeah.
The
I was
housing?
retired.
yeah.
The housing
Then the
We,
inspector.
other
we
guy
now
came
have
in.
our full-time building official.
That's what I'm saying, I got two lists from them, when I thought I was done.
Yeah.
You might be done inside, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can tell you, I mean, for all those things that he gave me, I spent about 30,000 already.
on the inside. Wow.
Just the electric was.
There must have been a lot of violations. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
between two of them, yeah, they came
Yeah.
up with some. Well, electric is a lot, you know.
Lots of extension cords. Yeah.
All right, so.
Thank you.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, thank you.
That's it for tonight.
But,
I'll be in touch tomorrow morning.
All right, yeah, I'll get a hold of him and see what he's doing.
Yeah, okay.
Thank
you
you.
got my list there?
All right.
Yes, it's,
All right. Grab it.
probably gets you.
All right, take care.
For next meeting, huh?
Yeah, good.
Well, make sure Jeff puts them on.
What's that? These?
Adds these to the approval.
yeah,
So we
well,
don't have to
Linda's
write 'em.
comments
Yeah,
were
well, I
good.
will. But I think we need to have every one of those.
Yeah.
So,
And she's right. I mean, we
here was
wrote that
the list of
POCD.
conditions
I
of
mean,
approval I
she's
had come
right.
up with. I typed up
But-
the section.
That, no, but that house has always been a little, bit that little corner there.
It's a unique
Yeah.
Yeah.
Main Street
But you got
property.
a house across the street too. Right next to the gas man. You
Yep.
got another residential.
All
right there.
residential.
Yep,
Yep.
exactly.
Oh, the one that used to be the bed.
Used to be a bed and
B&B,
breakfast, but
yeah.
I mean, so you've got another
Right.
house in that area.
That's right.
So it isn't like it's by itself.
Yeah, that's
standalone.
right.
It's,
That's right.
got a
It's
main right across.
It's a 300-year-old Main Street.
Right.
There's houses there.
Exactly.
Right.
yep.
All right, so now we're gonna open PZ 25-14, Town of Winchester, text amendment to section 415-25 to include language that allows the commission to request technical reviews and consultations and to charge the applicant the fee of said review.
Didn't we already talk about this? I remember this topic coming up.
It was brought up, this is
Informal
the,
discussion,
Oh, okay.
now the official
did
public
that.
hearing.
So now it's
Oh,
an
I
official
see.
public hearing.
yes.
Motion,
Okay.
you need a motion to open the public hearing?
I so moved, to open public hearing, PCC 25-14.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye,
All right,
discussion.
discussion.
It was a good idea.
Absolutely need to do it.
It needed to happen, we
Yep.
needed to have this language.
Should have
the
been,
last,
should have had it for a long time ago.
The last bar association training stressed it,
Stressed it, big
that
time, yeah.
we needed it. If we didn't have it, we should get it. And this language seemed to cover everything. The only language that's in the planning now is for LID stuff.
Right, and basically this language is already in the wetlands regulations, so we're just coming up to speed to, so we'll be equal to them.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think we should move it. The one thing I would just say from a practice standpoint, you know, if, Jeff, you have any questions of whether or not we would require that, maybe, you know, try to get to us sooner, so that review can be done early in the process, you know, even pre-application type review, so that it doesn't hold up approvals. You know, when I was in New Hartford, we used this a lot because we didn't have our own town engineer. And I kind of, knew what the commission would want and wouldn't want, and I would collect the money at the time of application. I would have, sometimes even at the pre-application phase, and get our engineering to, consultant review it early. So when it got to the commission, we had our engineering letter, we had everything we needed for approval. So there might be some learning curve there with but just
Yeah.
giving you the authority to say, no, I think we're gonna need engineering review on this, and
So the good news is, we regularly have pre-application meetings, especially with larger scale projects. So I think it's one of those things where we'll know it as soon as we see it, and let you guys know and follow
even
that
with the
course.
pre-engineering meeting, if their engineer is coming,
Mhm.
recommend paying the fee to have our engineer come early so they can talk before they get too far along in the plan designs. Engineers will know what they're looking for.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good points. Like you said, there will be a learning curve, I think,
Yeah.
for the entire staff, but to have this available to us is
It's
definitely a move in the right direction.
And one of the newest things we've got going is, one morning a month, the chairman and vice chairman of planning and zoning and EDC are meeting with the town manager and Joff, just to discuss what's going on in town, what's happening, possible projects or things like that. And if we have we have a heads up. And that can be discussed at that meeting and say, hey, we think we're gonna need that type of review,
Yeah,
so.
That's gonna be a regularly scheduled
That's gonna be
meeting.
scheduled once a
Yep.
month. We're gonna
Monthly,
meet
it's on
for an
the
hour.
Yep.
Right,
Earlier the
yes,
better.
yes.
And when, once you get an engineer that we use all the time, you're gonna know. He always looks at this, he always looks at this,
Mhm.
this is a hot button for him.
Yep.
And you'll be able to tell applicants, but I say that because it's not intended to delay or stall approvals. It's
Oh, no.
intended to really give us the tools we need to speed up approvals and be able to approve them right away, because they're already reviewed.
Yep, definitely.
Certainly.
And avoiding engineering snafus like the one last year that Adam caught.
Right.
When the
That was
reason-
just simple math.
Well, whatever, it was from
Right,
the
the only reason we were
engineer.
able to send that out is because that's already been reviewed by inland wetlands for all
Wetlands,
that time.
yeah.
We used went to the same engineer, because technically we couldn't have sent that out, charged them,
Right.
so.
So Rissa in New Hartford, it was just a matter of, it wasn't written into the regs that, the timetable of doing that kind of thing, like you were just
No.
saying. It was practice of the
Yeah,
building department.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
that was our policy.
yeah, okay.
And you're comfortable with this stuff?
I am, yeah. As a matter of fact, the town has a request out for additional engineering services right now, so this might tie in nicely
With
with that. Yeah,
Should,
Okay, good.
for an on-call engineer kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but, and pick an engineer for this that's used to reviewing peer reviews.
Mhm.
Not asking them to redesign it, it's a,
No,
it's
yeah,
a peer
that's-
review, and some
Nope.
engineering firms are better at it than others.
Right.
Maybe you can recommend somebody?
If you do the RFP, I can look at who's there.
I'll make it.
Adam, you got anything?
No.
All right.
I'm for it, yes.
Huh?
I'm for it.
Here for,
Yeah, I looked at this last week, or 2 weeks ago.
Motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
second, no?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Krista, was that your second?
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
So now we're on to old business, number 5. PZ 25-15, application Scott Davis, location 142 Main Street, proposed special permit to construct 2 residential units on the first floor and a formal commercial space and 2 residential units on the second floor for a total of 4. And that piece of business has been
Continued. so-
continued.
Yep.
So we'll pass by that. Now we'll get to the PZ-25-14, 14, applicant Town of Winchester, proposal text amendment to section 415-25 to include language that allows the commission to request technical reviews and consultations and to charge the applicant the fee of said review. We have a draft motion here. You want to read it?
All right. To approve application 25-14 zoning regulation change, applicant Town of Winchester. A motion that the Winchester Planning and Zoning Commission adopt the following zoning regulations text amendments. Text amendment to section 415-25 to include language that allows the commission to request technical reviews and consultations and to charge the applicant the fee of said review.
Is that a motion, or do you need a motion?
That's a draft motion.
That's the draft motion.
So I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
I'm sorry, I thought we just did that. Didn't we just?
The public
No,
hearing
that
and
was a
then
public hearing we
vote on
closed,
the
yeah.
item.
Okay, all right.
We closed the public hearing, yeah. All right,
Unanimous.
sign it up. Need a pen? You gotta sign it twice.
Why? Oh,
You-
where I made by?
Wait a minute. One thing to add to the motion before you sign it, to become effective October 1st, 2025.
Yes.
It's an amendment to the motion. Because we didn't put an effective date on it. Good thing I circled it on my paper.
Yes. And I just looked at it too.
I know.
And I blew right by it. I just had it.
We don't need that's a friendly amendment, so we don't
Yes.
need another motion. I
No.
accept that amendment, so to add to the amended text to be effective October 1st, 2025. Okay, now sign it.
So item number 6, new business. Let's see that it's blank. You have anything you want to add to it, Jeff?
No.
No? Okay. Item number 7, other business. Is there any other business around?
Any idea when we'll ever see our printed copies of the zoning regulations, the codified ones?
I don't have an answer for you.
Okay, no, I mean, Jeremy, last meeting, I think I asked the same question, and he thought they were forthcoming sometime soon, but maybe by Christmas for Christmas presents, or?
That's a good idea.
I mean, we do have,
This
we
is
do
the
have
codified one.
zoning
Yeah.
maps.
Yes.
We do have zoning maps, but,
No, I gotta sign some stuff.
Just a brief note, under the regulations, our contract with E-Code is up. I need to call them tomorrow to talk about how often we want to do updates with them. In a perfect world, it would be every time we change a regulation, but that costs money, so we're probably gonna do like a twice a year kind of thing, which means we will have to keep track and put on the P&Z website, you know, a white page when we make a change until we get it put into the regulation. But
maybe
still,
you could just ask what pricing would be, and say if we did it quarterly
Yeah,
or twice a year.
that's what I was just saying.
yeah, well, and that's part of the call tomorrow,
I
so
mean,
I'll
just saying,
figure-
what, you know, maybe we want to do it quarterly, depending on how the pricing is.
Okay.
If it's reasonable, if
We'll
it's
get the
not.
pricing for quarterly,
Yeah.
and then if we decide,
And if we don't need it quarterly, we'll just.
Right, exactly.
and if it's something important that we need to get on there,
But I thought they posted it up there, like, and on the, not within the text, but as an attachment on the website, on their website, and then just entered it into the text? No?
I'll get a better idea tomorrow.
Yeah, because I remember her, when she was on that call, remember she was talking to us? And I thought she said she would upload the documents as an attachment, and then every so often enter them into the text.
Right, so it's the so often. that
It's
we
the
get-
so often,
okay.
how
So,
often
right,
we
if we
want
could
it.
have it held
But it's at
there.
least held there,
Yeah.
so if somebody who goes there
Right,
knows.
so we could send it every other week, you know, this is effective whenever, but they hold it, yeah, if that's a better
They hold it,
repository than our
right.
own.
Yeah, but and
Yeah.
I sort
Yeah.
of remember her saying that, but I don't remember the details.
So, if we, let's see, how am I gonna say this now? This one's gonna be effective October 1st.
Yes.
So if we were to do it every 6 months, we'd have to hold off and make them effective 6 months in the future?
No.
Or-
No, you
No.
make it effective at your pleasure,
Right.
but to
Oh.
get it,
Okay.
onto the online full
Okay,
version.
Right.
okay,
Yeah.
all right, I got it. All right. So, let's see, where else are we at? Approval of minutes, August 11th, 2025, regular meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the August 11th, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
And
That wasn't
then,
unanimous. I abstained because I wasn't
Okay.
here.
and then communications. Have anything for us, Jeff?
I don't.
No?
Did, you had a meeting with Mountaintop Route 800?
We did. So they've changed course a little bit. I was trying to get them to apply for an intermediary permit just for the activities that are going on there. At this point, they want to reapply for a new quarrying operation there. So they're already working with the new surveyor. Luckily for them, they have the old surveys, and the topo hasn't changed much, if at all, from back then.
Yeah, nothing.
So Wiley's working on that, and
Good.
that application should be forthcoming.
Where is that?
The old Pepper property, last quarry in town on the Torrington border.
On the right side of Route 800, the last property in Winston.
So yeah, they've got plans, I don't think anything immediate, but blasting is gonna commence up there and
Yeah.
open up some development opportunities for the future.
Well, he's
Yeah.
got a big auction coming up because he's closing down a quarry. So I don't know which one's closing.
I'm
The
not
one in
sure.
Torrington. It'll be the one in Torrington within the next year or two.
Yeah, but he's, the
Oh,
auction.
yeah, he did mention that meeting that the Torrington spot behind, I forget which plaza now, but that they're done there. Yeah, so maybe that
Because
stuff.
he's got his last approval like a year ago, year and a half ago from Torrington. That was the last
Okay.
approval. And he'll be at his limit when he can go there.
Mhm.
And I mean, they're pushing stuff out of there fast. So, so he needs stone.
Yeah.
So on these quarry approvals, they come in with a survey, and is there any federal regulations on quarries that they should also comply with? Like,
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, they have to do for blasting and things like that. They
Yeah,
have
that's got its own
MSHA and
checks
all
and
the other stuff,
balances.
OSHA and
Yeah.
MSHA and everything else, that stuff. But
There's no-
other than that, there's
no-
nothing.
mining standards that they have to comply with,
I don't think
like
so.
for setbacks and stuff?
Well, I can mention that he plans to leave a substantial buffer towards the top of the mountain and the lake. We were talking about, I don't have the topo in front of me, but I think 910 is maybe the cutoff point of the elevation there. So if you get a chance to look at that, you'll see how much is gonna be left. I think he's cognizant of the residents back there and their
Yeah.
desires to not hear blasting, which they'll still hear, but,
It hit the drain for the lake.
yeah.
But I think, I think it's the fire, is it the fire marshal that has all the blasting regulations?
Blasting is all under fire marshal, yeah.
Yeah, so,
All
but
permits
it's
are
not
there
federal.
for that.
But, you see mining inspectors come into different mines, the two things, I'm just wondering if these type of places have to be regulated or not, whether they have to comply to any national standard.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of, but they're, also not mining caverns to,
Yeah, but
if
they're-
that's what you're.
They're digging big holes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I think we need to find that one out.
All right, we'll do a deeper dive.
Okay.
I don't think there's never been any that I,
Is he gonna have to go to wetlands for that also, because of that brook stream that comes down between the two properties?
Good question.
Okay,
Yeah,
no,
I
I
mean,
just
if the
wondered.
activities are within
Yeah, I mean,
the-
there's the
yeah.
stream right there, because I know he owns the adjoining property also.
He does,
Up to
yep.
the telephone company and all the way up,
And there's some discussion of maybe combining the two
combining
and,
the two and.
all that,
yes,
but.
Exactly, but, there is a stream there,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah, anything within the review area,
Right, yeah,
we'll
that's
need
the
to.
only thing I was gonna mention, so. Yeah, something to look at.
from a communication standpoint, I sent an email out. And if you guys didn't get it, just let me know, but
Mhm.
there's like really 4 pretty good events coming up. One is this Thursday, which is the Creative Economy Summit, which is talking about how arts, culture, the creative economy is really keep communities vibrant and support local businesses. Then we have, in September, there's the Regional Housing Summit. This is put on by the Litchfield County Center for Housing Opportunity. It's held up in,
Sharon,
is
right?
it Sharon?
Yeah,
It's in Sharon.
Sharon,
Okay.
I signed up for
This
that one.
year. So it's a ways, but it is our
You can't
region.
get there from here.
It does include us. The Commissioner of Housing is gonna be there. That's usually a pretty good event. October 4th is the Connecticut Trail Symposium, and that's at Manchester College. There's a lot of great events, breakout sessions for that. That's a good event. And then lastly, on October 23rd, I think it is a Thursday, we're having a manufacturing expo. To celebrate manufacturing in Northwest Connecticut, October is Manufacturing Month. We're bringing in a lot of state resources, but also aimed at as much for leaders in the manufacturing industry, municipal leaders who work with manufacturing companies to help guide and inform them. So a lot of state representation and resources will be there for that too. So I did send email and details. I just wanted to make sure you saw it and that they're all really good. Feel free to share it. Everybody's welcome.
Yes, he did.
So the first one you talked about, arts and stuff.
Yep.
There's a gentleman in Winston here, Neil McInnes. He has a lot of contacts in that field down south. And he was trying to get that more to the forefront here in Winston.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem like it went anywhere, that he could get anybody to listen.
So he should.
And he wrote up a whole paper
Well, tell them about this,
for the planning and
If
zoning.
you know him, tell him to have him come on Thursday.
did he give us that? You said he
gave
wrote
it to
up
planning and zoning, yeah.
to us?
No, I'm sorry, EDC.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, EDC.
Yeah, I'd be happy to talk to him, I'm sure Jeff, but yeah, he should come.
All right,
He should come.
if you send it out, I'll forward it to him.
Yeah, I'll resend it.
Yeah.
I'm a moderator for one of the panels, and we got Nils at Little Red Barn to be one of the speakers, so we're promoting Winston there.
Okay, anybody, anything else?
Walnut.
Make a
But there's
motion
a
to
sidewalk
adjourn?
there, so we can't enforce that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Yeah, yep, unanimous.
unanimous.
Yeah.
So,
And this is for like multifamily.
Right, yeah.
This covers everything,
Yep.
but try to drive in some of this if you
Well,
can. 15
that's-
feet would be the morsel of.
Right, yeah, the parking lot.
Thank you.
That's why, I mean, if you pull in that parking lot, look at it, there's a 2-foot
Hey,
drop off.
hey,
there.
Rista, is that your car
There should
all
be a
the way
fence the whole
across the
length of the
street?
property.
Yeah.
And that's-
She totally went, she totally
need to
bent
make
that
that
one
as a
all the way. But there is a police officer out there.
I'm on this side of the.
Yeah.
well, I'm on the other side.
Uh-oh, well,
What's going on?
right there, are you right there?
Exactly, and that's what's needed, you know,
And then there's one for safety.
because you need privacy for Main Street, you know, they've gotta have something around the property, they can go outside.
Stop somebody,
Especially
yeah.
with a 3-bedroom, you're gonna have kids there. That's,
As long as it's not a hit and run.
yeah, so, that's my concern.
So I was gonna try to drive that into.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly.
there's a way for us to use it, and I was